Hey, this is Miguel A Nunez Jr. Y'all know me, Juwanna Man, Pretty Ricky, what they call me. But I want you to know, if you want to listen to the best show, you got to listen to the Dave and the Creech show. That's how you go.
Many of the terms, comments, and stories you're about to hear may not be suitable for some. Listener discretion advised.
I'll give you a good reason why my house is not complete. I have a professional wrestler and a gangster rapper building my house.
All right now, boys and girls, we want to introduce...
Mom says when I wear this badge, you're supposed to treat me like a man of the law.
Dave Sheridan.
I did poop my pants a little bit on purpose. I wanted to.
Oh, so. You did it.
CJ Creech.
I actually got on Facebook a friend request from a member of ISIS this past week, which was really freaking weird.
Have you seen your beard lately?
The Dave and Creech Show.
Now here's your hosts, Dave and Creech.
Hey everybody out there, welcome to the Dave and Creech Show. I believe this is episode 76. I'm Creech, obviously. Sorry for the chest hair, but I'm just adding a little bit of sex appeal to the podcast this week. As you can tell, Dave Sheridan's not here. I'm recording this at my sister's house. We're giving it a little bit of a trial run. Now, you're probably looking at this, seeing that it is airing live, and wondering why I'm not responding to anybody. It's because it's live, but it's not. Technically, this is airing live. I'm actually in the comments. I'll be responding to stuff if you post it down there. If you're watching the initial broadcast of this. However, I'm also not actually live because I wanted to give this a trial run, because we're going to try to do live video podcast, and this is really the first step into testing it out. Man, my chest hair is really bothering me though. Sorry. So this is going to be a kind of different podcast. Once again, I actually recorded when we did the interview with our guest today, Miguel A Nunez Jr. Me and Dave actually did a whole episode. I have that audio, but I'm not going to play it this week. I'm going to actually save that, and we may use it later, because Dave talks about seeing Avengers Endgame and not seeing most of the other movies. So there's some good stuff in there that we'll probably wind up using at some point. But today we're going to give it a try, and there's it's probably going to be a kind of shorter than normal podcast. Not that I don't have a lot to talk about. It's just going to keep it short and sweet, because we're just kind of trying things out, and we're going to go from there and see how things turn out. Excuse me. If you're wondering why it's so late in getting this episode out, because it was supposed to be out last weekend, you probably can't really tell it in my voice now. Maybe you can a little bit. If you've listened to the podcast, you know my voice by heart. My hair is a hot mess too. I really got to get my stuff together for a video podcast, because right now I'm looking 8 ways homeless. Oh, Jesus. Actually, as you see with this jump cut right here, I literally forgot what we were talking about. But if you're wondering why this was delayed, I got sick and I lost my voice. So that was no bueno. My voice is back a little bit now. And also, if you've been paying attention to my social media, we had, I actually was a guest at an event this last Saturday at Raptors Comics and Collectibles. Got to meet fans of the show, new people who've never heard of the show, and I got to sit by myself and watch everybody wonder who the hell's the fat guy in the chair. So that was pretty fun. It was an interesting experience, but I had a blast. So thank you again to Raptor Comics and Collectibles, especially Chris, and all the wonderful people that I got to meet that weekend. Now, normally we promote upcoming guests at the end of the show, but obviously Miguel is the guest today. We already recorded last week an interview with Lynn Shay to promote her newest film, Room for Rent, which is fantastic. And I'm really excited to get that episode out, because that interview was really good. We were only supposed to do like 10-15 minutes with Lynn. We went almost a full hour. It was fantastic. Another interview we've got coming up soon is with WWE superstar Alexa Bliss, who's currently prepping for being a contestant or being a participant in this upcoming Sunday's WWE Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's Money in the Bank. So good luck to her, and we're still accepting fan questions for her. We just asked, please don't send us any more questions on if she's single, if she'll marry you, if she'll date you, if she'll go on a date with you. Her relationship and dating status should not be of any concern to anybody. That's not what we're here for. We're not the Dave and Creech dating service, so let's not throw out those. But feel free, whether it's this Facebook, YouTube, whatever, post your comments below. And I just hit the laptop. Got to get better at that. But post your comments below, and we'll make sure that we ask her when we do the interview. Now, there is one thing I want to discuss. As you'll see right here, you can see the Walker Stalker Con logo. About 2 weeks ago, on Reddit, a post was posted that had all sorts of alarming information. And some people may wonder, I mean, I've done plenty of work with Walker Stalker Con doing media, so I kind of feel like I have to talk about this, even though I don't really want to. Now, the original post mentioned that the Sunday, which was, I guess, Walker Stalker Chicago, that half of the actual staff there quit Walker Stalker Con. And they quit because, the main reason I'm hearing is because they were not paid. Or they weren't being paid what they were supposed to be. And then, upon that original post, people did digging. They found out that they had filed for bankruptcy overseas to retitle their conventions as FanFest. Now, a lot of people seem to be confused and thought they were going bankrupt because Walker Stalker was becoming FanFest conventions, when that wasn't the case. Now, for those who are watching who may not have been listening to our podcast over the years, we've had James Frazier on many times. And last year, I brought up to him as a question that obviously The Walking Dead and Arrow is not going to last forever, as since then that year they've announced Arrow's ending. The Walking Dead's been doing its worst numbers since it premiered. You know, obviously, fan bases and shows don't last forever. I mean, unless you're Law & Order or WWE, apparently. And, you know, what happens after that? Because then that's not going to be enough to support conventions based on just that show. And sure enough, he had said then that what they were eventually going to do was they were going to combine Heroes and Villains FanFest and Walker Stalker Con into one event, which is what they've started doing. Now, one thing that's rubbed a lot of people wrong is that with Walker Stalker Con, there's been many event cancellations and some postponed till next year. But, for instance, I believe it was Portland? I don't know. There was a show earlier this year. I'm not 100% sure which one that was rescheduled, and then it was canceled the second time after it was rescheduled. And that's dating back to January of this year, and there's people still waiting on refunds for photo ops, for anything that they spent into the convention. And I mean, running a business, that's, you know, if you run out of cash, that's kind of hard. And I get that they're trying to catch up, because case in point, a lot of these towns, and they've gone on record to say it, a lot of these towns were huge money pools. There's only like 3 or 4 of their events that are actual money makers. Obviously, London's probably one of them, and so is Atlanta, definitely. So it seems like they've run into this problem where they were kind of low on liquidity, but they wanted to still sell tickets to other things to basically pay back other people. From what I've read, the Epic Photo Ops. I think that's who they did. But basically, their photo op provider quit because they were due payment. There's just a lot of facts and misinformation going on, and James has gone out to say certain things, and Walker Stalker Con addressed it and then deleted it on Facebook. So honestly, it could be anything. I'm sure, like with any argument or with any story, it's probably a case of their side and then the other side, and put them together, and there's some truth in between. I do know that I've had plenty of. I've encountered James many a times. I've heard a lot of horror stories about dealing with James, and honestly, I've never had any of those. I mean, I've came to him, I've asked things, and sometimes he said yes, sometimes he said no. Now, personally, Dave and Creech, we haven't done Walker Stalker since. Last one was December of 2016, was Charlotte. And there's a reason behind that, and it's not as crazy as people may think, or that it's not as like, oh, he's got dirt on them. The main reason I stopped was when I first started, back when I was still doing Creech Questions. I had a podcast, obviously, like I just mentioned, called Creech Questions, and I would do interviews there, much like I do with Dave and Creech. And I always interacted with the media guru guy they had at the time, called Michael Guthis. Guth was great, and he did so well at his job that he got a promotion in Walker Stalker Con to something else. So for those first 3 years of 2014, 2015, 2016, I was dealing with Michael, and you'd send him a question and he'd answer it, whether good or bad, and he'd do what he could to make sure you were taken care of and make sure you got your interviews and everything and that. And he actually booked some of our first interviews that I did, like Jeffrey DeMunn, Irony Singleton, Lou Temple. That was all Michael Guthis. So there's a big thank you his way, because without him there wouldn't have been no Dave and Creech. But what happened was, when he moved on, they got a new guy whose name was Corey Hewitt, and you look on his Facebook page. I mean, he's worked for Time, and he does this and does that, and I'm not doubting that he's a great guy, but he was hands down the worst media person I've ever dealt with in any convention. I mean, from the lowest conventions, the upstarts, the ones that don't have much money, whatever, to the ones that make just as much money as Walker Stalker Con, if not more. Corey Hewitt was hands down the worst media guy. You would send him a question, it'd go months unanswered. For those who don't know, when you apply for media, it's, usually you apply months in advance. And then usually, which is with every single convention that I've done, they'll respond and say, hey, you've been approved for media, usually about 2 months out. And then they'll give you the information on how to go get interviews, how to do this, how to do that. But once Corey took over, it didn't happen like that at all. And, I had to, one event, I believe it was, I want to say it was Nashville, no, I think it was Philly, 2017, or 2017. I was supposed to do the convention, and something happened. He got mine mixed up, so he's like, I'm sorry, we can't bring you this time now. And he let me know, like, literally a week before, after hounding him for months, he let me know a week beforehand. And after that, obviously by that point we had already booked hotels, we'd already paid this, and it was non-refundable, so we had to eat that. And then when Atlanta came, it was the same thing. I didn't know until a week before. And at that point, I'm just like, you just can't, that's poor business. You can't just have somebody waiting until the last minute, when they have to make plans, they have to do hotels, I mean, that was stuff coming out of our pockets. And for us to put up these deposits on hotels to then have to cancel them, if we could even cancel them, and 9 out of 10 times, even if we could, having to pay a cancellation fee since it was so soon, we stopped doing it at that point. That's why I haven't done any media at Walker Stalker, and it's because of that. That was not because of James Frazier or anything that the other members of the team have been doing. It was all because of the horrible press guy they had, which I don't think he does media relations anymore. I think they gave it to somebody else, but it was hands down the least professional media person I've ever worked for or worked with, and that's why we didn't do Walker Stalker Con anymore. But with that being said, that's my experience with them. I've always any of my friends who've been guests at the show, anybody I've talked to, I've always said that Walker Stalker Con's taking care of them. I've seen Walker Stalker Con go above and beyond customer service with some people that I know with some very serious medical problems. So, I mean, I'm not going to pass judgment and say that Walker Stalker Con is the devil. It's, it's not true. I don't know. I'm not tapped into what's going on with Walker Stalker Con to fully even make an assessment. But I will say this: if they are experiencing money problems, if they are going through troubles, James Frazier, I have complete faith that he can turn it around. And you can bend those words to however you choose, but I have complete faith in his ability to make it work. And it seems like he has a game plan from everything he said. So we should not even have to wait long to find out. I mean, Atlanta's going to be they've got Nashville coming up, but Atlanta's probably going to be the first big test. So yeah, that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to cover today. Normally, if you've watched the show long enough or listened, we go over entertainment topics, news topics, and everything. And one of the things we're going to do, I got to figure out, we're going to have Dave somewhere, probably like right here. We're going to have probably the graphics and videos either here or over here. And we're going to try to up the production value to make it look more interesting. And obviously find a way to get my giant head and giant body off of most of the frame, but we're going to try to go more and more towards video. As if you've watched the interview we did, the last interview we did with Samantha Page, which has been doing insane numbers. Me and her talked about it a little bit on the show. I think half the people that viewed that thought it was going to be a casting couch interview and that there was going to be some sex involved or nudity. But there wasn't. They might have been let down. I'm sorry, but it's gotten a very giant response, so I've been pretty happy about that. And I have a lot of people been interested in Miguel, especially Lynn. A lot of people have messaged me, when is Lynn's interview coming out? And that's going to be out probably within the next week, so you don't have to wait much longer. And then Alexa Bliss has over 1 million followers on Twitter, and obviously WWE and wrestling fans in general are very passionate. So yeah, you've got plenty of stuff to look forward to. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, if you've been wondering, you'll see new videos popping up on my feed of just video gameplay. I'm also live streaming some of my PlayStation gameplay at times now. So if you're bored and you like watching other people play video games, even though technically you're not watching me because I don't have a camera on me, so it's at least you don't have to look at my face, you just see the game. But I've got gameplay from Mortal Kombat 11, WWE 2K19, and Friday the 13th, the game right now. There'll be other games eventually, this, that, and the other. But yeah, I think we've been about 20 minutes talking here. And so we're going to get ready to wrap this up and go into the Miguel A Nunez Jr. interview. On behalf of Dave, who is not here, I do want to thank everybody for watching, thinking this was live, wanting to talk to me, even if you could have been talking to me in the comments. Until next time, hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. This and that and the other. Till next time, have a good one.
This is Miguel.
Hey, Miguel.
Yep.
How's it going?
What's up, brother? I'm good. So sorry.
No worries. Well, you were here with me and Dave Sheridan, and welcome to the Dave and Creech show.
Welcome, Miguel. Dave
What's
Sheridan
up?
here.
What's
How are
up, everybody?
Yo. So what are you on? What's been filling up your time, Miguel? You got a movie coming out or that's out right now. That's mainly the reason you're on, is to probably promote that motherfucker. So what is it?
It's a movie called Worth. It's about a kickboxing MMA fighter who, most MMA fighters fight for love. I'm sorry, they fight for titles. But this guy's fighting because his girl's on a coma, and he's fighting for straight love. So it's like it's a fight film, but it's more so much heart because it's about something deeper than money or prizes or belts. And I just play a doctor in it. I'm like a counselor. I'm the doctor, and I'm like the angel on the shoulder that gives them the right advice. So this was like something, I've never really played that kind of, I just did a doctor, but this was kind of more of like a counselor. So far, anything I've ever done. But I really, 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 really like the script. The script has so much heart. The director is so talented, and that's one of the things that drew me to it. The director is such a talented young kid. He does everything. He got his mom, everybody's family helping him, and they just put it together. A lot of people in Hollywood, they be about it. He don't be about it. He doesn't talk about it. He be about it. Most people just talk about it. And this kid, really, anything he does, I want to be a part of because I believe he is definitely the future. He just keep putting them in and putting them up, putting them out, all on his own efforts individually with him and his family. That's one of the things that, along with the heart of the script, that drew me to it. In the meantime, all the things that have been keeping me busy, we've been developing a Juwanna Man too, so that's one of the things we're working on for hopefully by the end of this year we'll be into developing a Juwanna Man 2, getting that shot now. I'm also on a new TV show called Family Business. BET is kind of like a cross between Dallas and Empire, where a rich family is. And that's about it.
Yeah, so this Eduardo is the director, the writer, and he plays Ricky, right? He's a triple threat in the thing called Worth, and it's out right now. Is it out right now?
You know what? I think it's out right now, or it's coming out coming out. It's either out or coming out. I'm not sure. Hey, stop.
It's going to be on, on VOD and rentals and stuff like that?
Yes, video on demand, pay-per-view. It's going to be on a few places. You'll be able to catch. I can't really say because I don't know. So, I'm just the talent part of it.
Right. Now, did you get to, when you were shooting with him, did you get to be in any of the scenes where he's actually doing some of the kickboxing and stuff like that?
No, I didn't get it. I wasn't there for any of that. But, I did a street fight. I wouldn't have been there for all of that. I know how tedious that is. I'd have been there anyway. I know how it looks. I've been on too many sets. I would have been out of there soon enough, even if it was the same day. I don't care about that. I know how the kickbox go. I was on Street Fighter, baby.
I was just wondering, the only reason I asked is, is this guy, Eduardo, already kind of thing in real life, and he's sort of like, how Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No. I don't know if he was ever kickboxing, so I can't really say if he was. So I can't say if he was or if he wasn't. I don't know.
Got it. So we're getting his nose kicked in basically in the movie because you're the doctor telling him, you got to get in there, man, get that girl back.
You got to do what you got. Yeah, you got to go in there, man. You got to go in there and get back. It don't matter if you fall down, if you get up. That's what matters. And that's true in life. So much heart and so many messages that parlay into so many aspects of other people's lives in a positive way, which is one of the things about it that I like.
Yeah. No, I just logged on to look at the cast right now. It's a great cast, man. I got my buddy Tony Todd's in there. But then again, turn around, Tony Todd's in everything, man. It's just like he's in your backyard.
Man. Good guy.
If you leave the gate open, the Candyman will be in your backyard. You know what I mean?
It sure will.
But you got a lot of shit coming out. That's for sure.
I'm just going to keep working. Absolutely. I can't. Thank God for it.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question, though, because you want to get the Juwanna Man 2 up and running. Do you produce, I'm playing dumb here like I know nothing. How much do you do on that regard? Film a year, one film every 2 years, or, it takes a lot of...
just the producing side? On the producing side, maybe 2 or 3?
Yeah. Yeah, just on the producing side.
No, I'm always producing, man. I'm always producing something. Something came to me that I think is one of the best projects I've ever seen in my life. Just came to me, so I'm just keep working it. I'm gonna keep throwing everything against the wall you can.
Right. Do you feel though that like when you're working on all these films or television show as an actor, which is probably your first love, I'd imagine, like that's probably where you feel like this is my artistry, this is where I'm at, I'm in the zone. I can think straight when I'm on set.
Yes.
But at the same time, if you want to get some of your stuff off the ground, does it like, oh crap, I'm spinning some plates here, and if it happens, it happens. Like, do you ever get in the head that, man, I gotta cut everything else out to focus on this thing and get it off the ground, like, you know, like that passion.
Well, everything you got to focus on. That's the problem with so many people. You spread yourself too thin on so many projects as opposed to getting one done. But I mean, I'm a multitasker. I like to focus on one because it's like once you get one up and going in the right direction, once you get a thing into production and starts going, you don't have to be there all the time because then it starts to go on its own. So you have to just know when the right time to start concentrating on something else. Because in this business, you can do 2 or 3 things. Because once I get it up and get a cast and go to production, then I can step off and do other things as well. Multitasker, man. I just want to keep it all real. I don't believe in, but I do believe you definitely have to focus up on something because you can't have too many things going because then you're never really anything started because you spread too thin. So I never spread too thin. I keep them spread out.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's the key to success is knowing when it's too thin, but also knowing that you don't have enough coals in the fire. You know, like you said, you can't.
That's right. And knowing how to spread it out when you do have a lot.
Right.
But also you focus enough time on one. If you're going to do another, focus. If you're not even going to put enough time in one, why do it? That's my thing. You don't have to be get started, but you got to get started to be great at anything.
Yep. Speaking of getting started, what was your start? Was it film or television? What was the big, like,
first thing I ever got was Friday 13th and Return of the Living Dead was 2 films. Then from there it came a TV show, which was a Tour of Duty, which was on for 3 years. So there's 2 of films, but the really thing that put it on the map was the TV show Tour of Duty.
Right. Yeah. I remember that show. Yeah, I love that show, man.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. That was a great cast too.
Sure.
What do you like doing? Do you like doing the one-off movies, or you're on this BET show right now? Do you like? What do you prefer? Do you like those TV shows where you can keep coming back,
both.
play
like I tell everybody else, that's that same question. It goes like this: when you're on a TV, when I was on a and I'm sitting in the dressing room, going to the studio every day, going to the studio every day. First season, then I'm going through the second season. I'm like, damn, I want to fucking stop doing TV. I want to do movies, man. I want to be on an island. I want to go somewhere else. I want to be just out there going to the club at night. This is crazy. And then after a while, the season go down, you just cancel. Now you start doing movies. Now I'm doing Australia, doing Scooby-Doo for 6 months. Then I go to another part of Australia, do Street Fighter for another 4 months. And then I go on and do this movie in Pluto Nash in Toronto. I'm then next thing I know, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm tired of flying all over the fucking. I want to be on a TV show where I'm in one studio every day where I know exactly where I'm going to be. I'm tired of this. I could be like my house, my apartment. So you can say you'll be on the film, and then after you're on the film, you're going to get tired of that and wish you was at a studio in one place. And when you're at a studio in one place all day, you're going to get tired of being there and wish you could just travel the world and shoot movies. So I don't have a preference. Whatever pays.
There you go. Yeah. No, I can see what you're saying there about the because nowadays with films they shoot, man, it's everything shooting all over the freaking place.
Yeah, the old all over the world shooting.
Television's nice when you could, like you're saying, roll out of your bed and
dress your dressing room like your little thing, put your picture for your TV, your hair frames come over for you to shoot and all of that shit. So it's just a whole different feel. But then again, like I said, after you've done that shit for 2 years, it shows up 3 years, and it shows up for 4 years. And now the next thing you know, you're like, shit, I want to be in movies, man. My friend, he's over. Where is he? He's in Australia. My other friend in South Africa shooting. Other friend shooting the movie this winter in Prague. And, I'm just waiting on the show to get picked up. We start next year, and I'll be back over in Raleigh Studios, the Paramount. So then you start. I'm not going to do TV for a while. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to just start doing movies. Then you do 5 or 6 movies, and then you freaking get tired. So you say, oh, I prefer movies. No, you won't. Till you do TV. Yeah. It back and it changes.
Right. Yep. Yes, indeed. Well, just if anybody's tuning in now, we're on with Miguel Nunez Jr. And he's on to talk about a new movie coming out. Or maybe out. You just got to log on and check it out. Do a little Google search. It's called Worth. And it's Miguel plays the psychologist doctor that basically tells this guy to get his face kicked in. And if you like kickboxing, if you like kickboxing and you like Miguel, then you're going to love this movie because they're both in it.
And a movie with heart. Got a lot of heart. So if you like a movie with heart, not just a lot of bull, a lot of blood and guts, it's got heart, that's what you're going to like. Tune into this as well.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
cool.
What you said.
I'd like to check it out, man. I know they sent you a link, right?
Yeah. They sent me a screener link.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, it's really good. I wasn't expecting
Did you cry?
it to be. No,
there you go. You heard it right there from Creech. You heard it from Creech. And when it Creech said that means it's real.
Yeah, that's true. You cry? Did you cry, Creech? Did you cry?
He wiping his tears.
Yeah. Come on, Creech, be honest. Where are you?
What is that?
I asked you if you cried. Did you cry?
Oh, did I cry? No, but I almost did. It definitely touches your heart.
He didn't cry. He weeped. He weeped a little bit.
Maybe a couple of tears squirted out.
Couple of little weeps.
Yeah. But Creech just getting over a bad breakup, man. He was dating a chick for a while, and
man, I did that too. Broke up with her for about 15 years. Now we back together. Broke up again. We back together. Broke up again. We back together, and we still together.
Oh man, now what the hell's that about, man? I appreciate it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I did, man.
Yeah. She got some good pussy, man. If she keeps coming back,
that probably is too. That too. But it ain't even about that we're hurt no more. I think it's that we done built a bond. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I think it's that now we've been together so much. I don't even go out unless it's with her because, we've been going out so long. I was a hermit until I met her. I never even went out. So she got me to go out. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. No, I get it then, man. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't tell me you were a hermit that you didn't go out and stay in there, yeah.
Never.
I get it. I've been married for freaking 33 years, dude. So
I was married for 15. Damn, 33.
Yeah, 33. Going on,
wow.
88. So, it's like...
Well, I bet you could find her if she farted in a stadium of 100, huh?
Probably, I don't know. I try not to.
Damn, who is this girl?
I'm on the opposite end is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
I got you. Yeah, I know. I get it.
Yeah. Now it's like, I'm just... Whatever.
Yeah, I can't compare length to mine. 5 years, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yep. Now, you got kids and shit?
Yes, I do. I have three beautiful daughters. My queens, all angels. Miguel A Nunez, all angels, all of them angels. Okay, guys, just give me 5 more minutes. 5, please. Okay, guys.
You're blessed on that. You're blessed on that, son, you know. So, how old are your daughters?
Huh?
How old are they, your daughters?
19, 21, 19, 23, and 25.
All right. So they're all right there. They're all basically grown up now. You know what I mean? Like,
thank God.
Yeah.
One's still in college though.
Yeah. But it never. But that's the thing. I can imagine. My daughter's like 13. So she's just about like she complained today about her stomach hurting, right? She's like, oh, my stomach hurts. She was taking those tests, those exams at school at the end of the year. She texted me, my stomach hurts. And I'm like, telling my wife, I go, what if maybe it's her first period. Maybe it's her first period. Maybe she's cramping up. You know what I mean? Because I don't, now I'm just about to step into that women stuff, you know, with a dog.
Where do you live?
What's that?
Where do you live?
Oh, right here in L.A.
Okay, because my daughter would call me and say her stomach hurt, but that's Nicole. That's my, yeah. I would have said, okay, well, you want to just come on and me pick you up? You want to go to Magic Mountain with me? She goes, yeah. I'm like, see, your stomach ain't hurting. You stay your ass over there.
Right. Exactly. That's my wife said. She goes, she's just trying to get out of taking the test. She wants you because
that's exactly what they do at 13. That's exactly what they do. Your wife was 100%. 100%.
Yeah, because she. Yeah, she knows. Because then I said, how was it? She goes, oh, I feel better now. I'm like, because I didn't do it. I didn't go get her. You know what I mean? She was definitely angling for me to go get her, and I was like, I'll bring you some aspirin, but yeah, that's
all
true.
All you had to do is say, I'll pick you up. See what she said then.
Right, and then like the moment, exactly. I love that, dude. Hey, I always think of something better, being like, yeah, well. Hey, look, how about we go to Universal Studios?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Like, you ain't sick.
Exactly. That's what I always do. Nicole, I always go, yeah, okay. I'm like, see, Nicole, nope, your stomach hurt. Dave, no, Nicole, your stomach hurt. You want to go to Magic Mountain, you can stay at school. Bye.
Right.
You got to be, your wife is right. She knows. You just got to outsmart them.
Yeah. So what now on Juwanna Man 2? You going to direct that, or what's the deal?
No, I don't think I'm going to direct that. I'm going to get one of my best friends, one of the best directors I know, named Stan Foster. He was actually the other black guy that was on tour duty. He's going to actually direct it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm, look, that would be, I'm looking forward to that, man. I hope you make that movie, because that was,
I would do that, and when I start getting all that together, I'm going to reach back out, and then we can do another interview to promote that.
Yes, please do. Creech, you got to go. You got any last stuff you want to say, Creech?
No. Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure, guys. We're going to do it again for sure.
All right. Take it easy, man.